Guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Beladona Anisreva. Today, in this video, I will explain about my material essay, appropriated process essay. So, let's see. Based on the process essay above, we can divide the organizational into the 5 parts. That's it. Introductory paragraph. Social media seems to have become an opiate for the people of Indonesia, especially among teenagers. Today's teens are identical to smartphones in the hands of almost 24 hours. Social media. Body paragraph 1. Components, tools, and equipment are the first part of the process. The development of social media is very rapid because everyone can have their own media. Before traditional media such as newspapers, television, or radio, it requires a lot of capital and a lot of labor. So it is very different from social media. Social media users can easily access using the internet for a small fee and do it yourself easily. This is paragraph explaining about the first part of the process. Body paragraph 2. The first steps of the process. Social media users among adolescents exert direct influence both positively and negatively. Teenagers who often use with their learning process. For example, when they are learning to enter a chat notification from a friend can interfere with their learning process. The habits of a teenager who turn on social media are sometimes used to complain about how difficult the lessons they are working on. This paragraph explains about the other steps of the process. Body paragraph 3. The next steps of the process. Therefore, teenagers as the most active users and almost every day using social media. Direct message or information on social media is very quickly spread among teenagers. The imperfect maturity of adolescents' thinking has a negative influence on the bad information through social media. As we know, social media is a place for adolescents to express freedom of expressions, whether it is in the form of images of messages that are sometimes misleading. This paragraph explained about the other steps of the process. And the last, concluding paragraph, social media will not be separated from positive and negative influence. The impact depends on the user himself. Although adolescence is a period that can be said to be very critical because it enters the search for identity. But teens can also limit themselves to good norms and morals, formations of characters from an early age, including when a teenager is very important for the future of the youths themselves and more broadly for the future of the nations. Teenager as the successor to a nation has good, strong, and such character will certainly be able to make this country progress. Okay, I think that's all from me and thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.